All right, welcome back, everybody, to the deep dive. We're diving into a really interesting topic today. I mean, this is something that comes up a lot, particularly with anyone who's kind of going through the whole IVF journey.
Absolutely. Yeah.
And that is, does acupuncture, does it actually do anything?
Yeah.
Because does it
Good question.
improve your chances of getting pregnant?
Right.
And so we have some excerpts from a study.
Okay.
And it's all about acupuncture and IVF, and we're going to kind of dig into it and see what it says, to see if there's anything to it, see if we can help you make some decisions.
Yeah, I mean, this is something I get asked about all the time in my practice. So I'm really curious to see what this research has to say.
Yeah.
And you said it is a study?
It is. It is a prospective randomized trial.
Oh, okay.
That's what it says right here.
So that's really good. That means they took a group of people.
Right.
And they randomly assigned them to different groups.
Under different treatments, yeah.
And that's important because it helps to eliminate bias.
Right. You don't want people self-selecting.
Exactly.
If you're doing acupuncture,
right,
you're probably already kind of pushed into alternative therapies.
Already maybe thinking it's going to work?
Yeah. So this was done at a private fertility center.
Okay.
And they divided the participants into 3 groups.
Oh, wait.
So we have our 3 groups here. Let's see. So ACU 1. So acupuncture 1, they received acupuncture on the day of the embryo transfer.
Got it.
Okay. Then we have ACU 2, acupuncture 2, and they received acupuncture on the day of embryo transfer.
Okay.
And 2 days later.
Interesting. So they added an extra session.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then, of course, we have our control group.
Makes sense.
They got bookies.
They got no needles.
No needles.
All right.
Okay.
So what did they find?
Well, here's the thing.
Okay.
ACU 1, they had a significantly higher pregnancy rate compared to the control group.
Really? That's
so both clinical, which is confirmed by ultrasound, and ongoing, which means, it continued.
Yeah, it lasted.
It lasted.
So that's really promising, huh?
Yeah.
What were the actual numbers, though? Like, what were the pregnancy rates?
Oh, okay.
Give us a little more detail there.
So ACU 1 had 39% clinical pregnancy rate.
Okay.
And 36% ongoing pregnancy rate.
All right. And what about the control group?
So the control group had 26% clinical pregnancy rate.
Okay.
And 22% ongoing.
So that's a pretty significant difference.
That's a big jump, yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
So what about the group that got the extra acupuncture?
Yeah, what about ACU 2?
ACU 2.
Did that extra session make an even bigger difference?
Here's where things get a little fuzzy.
Okay.
While their pregnancy rates were higher than the control group, it wasn't statistically significant.
I see. So it wasn't enough to say for sure
that
the acupuncture was the reason for the difference.
Yeah.
That could have just been random chance.
It could have been random, yeah.
Okay. That makes sense.
We always hear about statistically significant.
Right.
What does that actually mean for anyone listening?
Yeah, good question.
Like, how many confidence should we place in these findings?
Okay, so basically, statistically significant just means that the results are probably not due to chance.
Okay.
So it means the difference between the groups is likely because of what they did differently.
The needles.
In this case, the acupuncture, exactly.
The needle.
So in this study, because the ACU1 group had a statistically significant improvement,
right,
it gives us more confidence that acupuncture on the day of embryo transfer could be helpful.
Okay.
But, and this is a big but, this is just one study,
right,
and we always need more research to really confirm these findings, to see if it holds true for different people, different clinics, all that.
Of course. Of course. Now, timing seems to be key here, right?
Yeah, seems like it.
So tell us a little bit more about how they actually did the acupuncture in this study.
Sure. So for both of the acupuncture groups, they did it before and after the embryo transfer.
Okay.
And each session was about 25 minutes.
25 minutes, huh?
Yeah. Now, the study doesn't get super specific about the exact acupuncture points they used.
Okay.
But generally, this type of treatment, for fertility, focuses on points that are thought to be connected to reproductive health and stress reduction.
It makes you wonder, right? Like maybe the acupuncture on the day of the embryo transfer is helping to reduce stress.
Oh, for sure.
Which is a huge thing.
Huge.
When you're
health process is just
going through IVF.
So stressful.
It's so stressful, yeah. So maybe that's part of it.
Yeah, that's a great point. And actually, that's something that researchers are looking into more and more these days.
Really?
Yeah. They're really trying to understand exactly how acupuncture might be affecting IVF outcomes.
So we've got some interesting stuff here, right?
Yeah.
It looks like, acupuncture on the day of embryo transfer.
Right.
Pretty promising.
Seems promising.
But that extra session, a couple of days later,
Yeah.
didn't really show a statistically significant, improvement.
Yeah. Not enough to be sure.
But it's a lot to think about.
It is. It is.
I mean, if you were going through IVF, what other questions would this raise for you?
Right.
Like, would you try acupuncture?
Yeah.
What other factors would you be thinking about?
I mean, there's so much to consider, right?
Right. So, I mean, this is just one piece of the puzzle.
Exactly.
But hopefully it gives you, some food for thought.
Absolutely.
And we'll see you next time on The Deep Dive.
See you then.
All right. Take care.
Bye.